Hello everyone, welcome to the edition of CoachAbility. This is the 7th edition of CoachAbility, the first of 2026. So CoachAbility is a platform that is specifically designed by ICF Chennai Charter Chapter for the coaching community to use that as a platform to give their knowledge and share their knowledge with the community. This could be any framework, any best practices, or any tool or techniques that they have been utilizing or they are evaluating in their coaching journey. Right? With that, let me welcome the speaker for today, Suvarna Kulkarni. Suvarna is coming from Pune, and Suvarna is an experienced strategic and a transformation agile coach. She's also an ethical AI practitioner, enables organizations and leaders elevate value-led impact grounded in agile, emotional intelligence, neuroscience, NLP, and positive psychology. She's a ICF PCC credentialed coach, and she integrates together agile way of working, emotional intelligence, neuroscience, NLP, and positive psychology to support leaders and teams in navigating complexity with clarity and purpose and conscience. So Suvarna is a very well-known speaker in agile conferences within India and outside India. She has spoken in multiple international agile conferences in USA, in Europe, in Sweden, in Dubai, Singapore, in multiple places in the last few years. So with that, let me welcome Suvarna. Suvarna, the platform is yours.
Thank you so much, Ranjit, for this beautiful introduction. And first of all, I'm really thankful and sincere gratitude to ICF Chennai chapter for giving this opportunity to share my learnings through this platform of CoachAbility. Now moving on to share my learnings with you. Let me just quickly share my screen. A quick thumbs up, please, just to let me know whether you are able to see the screen. Are you able to see my screen? Yeah, great. Thank you so much. Okay, now to start with our conversation, I would be really curious to know and understand from all of you, like what makes you as a coach uniquely human in your daily coaching practice. Anybody would like to share thoughts? And feel free to unmute yourself or use the chat window. Interesting. Empathy. Good. Lots of inputs I can see on the chat window. Great. Thank you so much for those insightful thoughts on the chat window. Now moving on, I would be really curious to know how many of you have used ChatGPT for writing emails. Great. Yes. So now let's try with some realistic demo. Okay, I'm just sharing my screen over here. I really wanted to resign from my job, right? Now, these are some of the unsaid, uncaptured, unseen emotions which only human can do it and AI can't do it. This is one of the very initial level of demonstration. And we will try to unpack what is this exactly different human intelligence or authentic human intelligence in this particular conversation. Okay. Now, after this, now what is your overall observations? What you observed from this particular experiment? I initially asked, give me resignation email. Then even I tried to redraft it considering my emotions. So what is the difference?
It didn't ask what are your emotions. It just assumed, okay, I will incorporate emotions in the letters.
Okay, that's a very interesting thought. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, so this is the reality check. Now let's try to go and understand what is the reality check. What are the strengths of artificial intelligence and what are the limits of artificial intelligence? Now, this is one of the example, and I hope everyone is able to see it on the screen clearly. When AI writes your email, now let's imagine this is again one of the scenario. Your team member Priya again is its a name. It's a could be coincidence if anyone is joining, but this is just a name. So Priya missed a critical deadline, which she usually I mean, she is usually reliable, but quite lately, it happened that she missed the deadline. And now her manager is asking AI to draft 2 follow-up email. AI has given this content. Dear Priya, I'm writing to address that missed deadline on this XYZ project on this date. Now, this delay has impacted project timeline. Please provide an explanation to submit the report end of the. If this kind of an email receives, what would happen? I see that big smile on your face, Divya. You want to add in something?
The Priya would be really scared, or she won't just even feel to resign. What's happening?
Yes. Now, if we understand, and as a human being, right? As a human being, if we were a manager for that particular area, what could have been done? What was your step before writing or taking help from AI? As a human being or a manager of that particular employee, what you would have done?
Try to understand why she's
Go and talk
delaying.
to her.
Yeah.
Go talk to her. Yes. Okay.
Understand her reasons for the delay.
Hmm.
And also provide constructive feedback of what's not working and why is he upset.
Yes. So one thing we as a human definitely can bring into that by just asking. Normally, what happens when we as a human connect? Hey Priya, I notice you have been quieter than usual. Is everything okay? Is everything okay? How are you? Is everything all right? I'm pretty sure that while having conversations or using ChatGPT or any AI model, you must not have seen these kind of sentences, right? So AI will never ask you that is everything okay, but this is everything okay makes a lot of impact, right? This changes entire scenario. It turns the table of the conversation you are going to have. So now the deadline is waiting, but your well-being matters more. Let's talk when you are ready. Now just imagine if this kind of a message you are sending Priya, do you think that any conversation you are going to have with Priya will have again a different way or different turning point? So in this particular scenario, what I'm trying to emphasize over here, what AI missed, right? AI missed the real scenario, which was like behind the scene that Priya's father is in hospital. She's overwhelmed and she has not shared this. Now, these unseen scenarios, these unseen things, AI is not able to understand it, but we human has a capability and capacity to understand it. So in this scenario, if you observe, AI is really excel. It's really good in instant drafting the email, very perfect grammar, very clear structure, and facts also are included that this particular project deadline missed and it has an impact. It has a very direct message, no sugarcoating. Okay, but where AI is struggling in this case, it's not sensing that distress. What is happening at Priya's end? If Priya is such a reliable person, what is lately happening with Priya? A simple check. Is everything okay? Your mental well-being matters a lot. And we as a human being definitely has a lot of impact when these kind of a statements we include. You all are experienced coaches. You must be like getting to know that in any conversation, your connect makes larger impact before correcting. Right? So that's what is exactly where AI will struggle. So it is not preserving the trust. The moment we will write Priya's this kind of a letter, I'm pretty sure that trust will get broken. And Priya will not be able to trust any further on that particular professional relationship. We are not able to read between the lines. AI is not able to show empathy and also adjusting the tones. Nobody is able to understand what is the tone. And we all know that maximum confusion, maximum misunderstanding, maximum conflicts in professional environment happen the way tone has been adjusted. The moment tone reduced or the movement tone and adjusted during the conversation, I'm pretty sure you all have experienced that the conversation goes completely in a different directions. So this everything where AI struggles. So quick summary on this, that what is the reality?
Yeah, can you just make it full screen on the slideshow?
Yeah. Are you able to see it now?
Yes, thanks a lot.
So now, if you see what is the reality check, AI is really great at speed, pattern recognition, text generation, logic data predictions, or even for the autonomous intelligence. We'll have a more detail on the conversations here, but it really struggles with the authentic empathy, our moral choices, deep, I would say, deep self-awareness and nuanced context. And obviously, again, non-negotiable thing is like ethical sense making. So these are some of the ways where AI and human has definitely a distinguishing difference. Now, let me try to go. So from this particular overall, I wanted to take away one takeaway that, and I recall a Daniel Goleman statement earlier, AI will match or excel humans on mental tasks, but humans still hold strength in emotional skills like empathy and relationship building. So as a coach, this is a one takeaway for all of us is like AI is a partner for us. It is not a replace. Let's try to understand a little bit about authentic intelligence and versus artificial intelligence. We talk a lot about that, and we definitely got to know that, okay, this is something is the difference between we are trying to bring as a human intelligence, and this is something is the difference between authentic intelligence. Now, let me ask you one very curious question. Look at this particular scenario and feel free to share what would you do differently in this situation.
Sorry, didn't get your question.
What would you do differently in this situation?
As a passenger?
Yeah. Are you able to see this this particular situation, right? The screen.
Yes.
So, as a passenger or as a person who is onboarding on this particular train, what would you do differently in this situation?
Not try to board.
Okay. Anybody else?
Try to see if there is another place to enter the train.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything else?
We can pause for time being. Maybe we will board or not able to board. But life will be safer side.
Yes. So, to be on a safer side. So, is it really worth to onboard on this train at the cost
That's what
of
I
risk
told.
of life?
That's what I was telling, that we should pause for a time being. If we are able to board, it's best. Otherwise, life is safe. Because already in Delhi, you know that there was big stampede in the New Delhi station.
Okay, okay.
I mean,
Thank you.
everywhere, the stampede in Bangalore, Swami Stadium. It was big ruckus. The government failed to control the crowd. So better human beings should pause for their betterment and better life.
So immediately a thought comes to on our mind that whether really is it a worth to onboard on this particular train at the cost of our own life, right? So that is nothing but it's a speed intelligence, which immediately coming on your mind that, okay, is it not worth, or I should wait for another train. Okay. Now let's imagine as a group of 2-3 people you are going on for onboarding for this particular thing. So when you are going as a group, what will happen? What you will discuss within a group?
Let's wait for the next train.
Yeah. And you will also check that let's check whether we can onboard from some another platform or some different train is coming, right? So you will discuss amongst yourself and then you will take a decision. So that is nothing but it's a collective decision, collective intelligence you are taking. So collectively you are discussing and you are thinking that, yes, is it really worth going or should we wait? Or if your friend is already onboarded there, he will say that, okay, no, you just give me, I will give you hand it, you just come up, right? So in that way also collective intelligence can happen. Now, There could be another way. The one I think somebody mentioned it that okay, I will wait for another train or I will look for another train whether it can happen or not. So that something comes as your next intelligence is a quality intelligence. It's very risky and I don't want to onboard on this particular train. So better way, I will pause, I will wait or we will wait and we will take another train. So that's nothing but it is a quality intelligence you followed, right? And there comes again another next third options that it seems like it's a too much. So let's do one thing. We have app. We will check on app when is the next train, how much time we will have to wait, on which platform we have to go, and what is another options, or do we go to some another station to onboard the destination where we wanted to go. So that is nothing but is a autonomous intelligence. If somebody is traveling many times, I mean, I'm not surprised if somebody is from already local experience in Mumbai, they will know that, okay, right? If they are regularly traveling, they know that, okay, this local goes in another 15 minutes, there will be another local, which may be fast, which may be slow, but it will again help me to go to that particular destination, right? So that something comes with the experiences. So that is again a autonomous intelligence. So these are some of the intelligence or these are some of the ways happen when any situations come in front of us. So what happens is like we take decisions in this particular sequence. Immediately what comes to our mind, that is a speed intelligence. So going back to this, so what happens is like any decision we are taking very fast and with the instant responses, that is nothing but it is a speed intelligence. If we are thinking together and we are sharing that, okay, let's not onboard this particular time, better way, we will do a cab, we will share that expense together and then we will drive to. Again, it comes as your collective intelligence. It's not risky to onboard such a train. Better way, we will wait or we will take another way or commute experience to do this. That comes as your quality intelligence. And autonomous intelligence, you will try to look for another options or you will wait for use your any applications or something to understand that what is the next train is going to come and better way we will take it. So that is something comes as a autonomous intelligence independently. But where how AI, emotional intelligence is helping us, emotional intelligence is helping us to take all those decisions. So it connects all intelligence, it connects our human values, relationships. So it acts like a humanizer, right? So your speed, your collective, your quality, autonomous intelligence, all those skills, but your emotional intelligence helps to humanize them. Right? Now, I would like to invite all of your thoughts here. Now, just imagine this scenario: 8:40 a.m. Mumbai local, 2 minutes to depart. Platform is completely black. How, as an individual, how you respond to this intelligence? Speed intelligence, collective intelligence, quality, and autonomous. I understand it is very difficult to have a group conversation. So maybe here I would like to invite and reflect by own self that how as a person I will react to these kind of intelligence or how will I respond to all these intelligence. Just take few minutes and think about these questions. For example, in case of speed intelligence, when do you run? When do you wait? How do you calculate risk versus reward? In case of collective intelligence, who do you follow? How do you read the crowd? When do you trust others?
I think speed intelligence is mostly dependent on our experience, prior experience, and the current situation.
Absolutely.
What I would do differently would be get my group of people together and say, listen, I don't think we can fight this crowd. So shall we all pool up and get to the destination in a taxi?
Interesting. Thank you.
That would be amounting to quality intelligence. Is it right? Would you call that quality intelligence?
So in this particular scenario, what is happening as a human being, how you are trying to take the decisions? Just think about it. what is happening is like you're taking a pause. You're trying to understand the risk on onboarding in this particular situation, and then you are taking a collective intelligence, right? It's not worth, let's pull up. If it is not, then after, maybe it is something is like you're coming with a right decision that, okay, let's leave this particular train and it's okay to go by cab, or it's okay to wait for another next train. So that is again a right quality intelligence. It is nothing but what is the right decision you are taking at that particular time, right? So what I'm trying to bring the point over here now, just imagine if the same situation has been given to AI, what AI will give you, right? AI will tell you, okay, this is the train, this is how much it is a packed. It will give you just all data. But we as a human being, we are trying to bring a very differentiating factor, like how to stay calm, whether I need to help others, or is it a right decision that let's move around and take another train, right? So all these calculations on that particular time, in that particular moment, being mindful, being in that particular present, this all things only human intelligence can do it. And this is with the help of our humanizer, emotional intelligence, right? AI will not help us. AI will give you data. Okay, this is the situation. Now you decide what you want to do. It will not even give us a suggestions, but suggestions and taking right choices is something, is that differentiating factor human can bring. Now let me take a pause. How's this everything connecting with you all?
So I appreciate this and I get the point, but I've also found, because I recently did a course in Google AI Assistant and the prompting and generative prompting. And I think it's about, as a AI as partner, it comes up as like, when you go with, if this is what you want, you give that sort of prompt, that what other options are there. Like you have to get more creative with your prompting.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Now in this situation, just imagine if we are giving this particular picture and if we are asking AI, AI will definitely give you some suggestions, right? But decision, who will hold the accountability of taking the decision? Or will we rely on AI to give the decisions?
I think AI is such a beautiful element that has come in our lives that makes us more human. It is prompting everyone to take ownership of their life. And that is something which I found really useful at this age and stage.
Exactly. So we'll come in the next few slides that where exactly how that balance can happen. You are definitely coming with the right points and right pointers, but then in such a, I'm not saying that it is a right or wrong. I'm saying that how can we make that balance, right?
Because using our own decision brain, because the machine can't do everything. See, one incident I remember in the newspaper, we blindly follow Google Map. That is also one intelligence before artificial intelligence it came. But someone has jumped and he lost his life. A human life is more precious than any decision for any machine. What data we feed in the machine by LLM or so many algorithms, that machine will fetch. Maybe that is very matching the human intelligence or situation. Situation based decisions. AI will never be match humans.
So AI, thank you so much for this.
Maybe it will help. Maybe it will help. You can Mumbai train you were mentioning, right? You are new and you can get some information, but you will never know that again that train will be very crowded. I mean, I have a own personal experience in Mumbai. I was traveling in the train in Western Line. It was again next train was. I thought maybe next train I will get, but it was like very crowded, inhuman sometimes. Understand?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So basically, what point I'm trying to bring it over here is like definitely AI is like a mirror. It's like a reflection you will see. The data, whatever data you will give, it will give you output. If you give garbage in, it will give you garbage out. If you will give right data, it will give you right prompts. right? So this is all depends on the what kind of a data, how we are training AI, and based on that, it is giving you output. What differentiating factor we as a human being trying to relate in that particular moment? How can we stay calm? How can we stay mindful and take a right and wise decisions at that particular time? This is where exactly the human element comes into the picture. Okay? Now, moving on. So, in this particular catching the morning train, how our brain thinks. Okay. So, speed intelligence. Speed intelligence is helping us to understand that how fast can I move? 7 minutes left. Can I run to the platform 3? Or is there shortcut through platform 1? This is the quick calculation of time versus distance is what is our human brain is doing, right? Collective intelligence. What do others know? The group is running left, right? There are few group of people, they are running left. They might be know something. Let me ask the chai wala or the tea seller on the platform, let me ask him, is there any shortcut way to catch this train another way? This is something comes as a part of your collective intelligence, right? Then comes is like quality intelligence. What is the right choice? Whether platform 3 is correct? Coach S5 stops near exit. Standing at door 2 will give me choice, best chance. That is what is that right choice at the right moment. That something comes as your quality intelligence. So precision and your accuracy matters. Right? And autonomous intelligence. What is auto decided? What app is telling me whether it's a running late or I need to book another next train? So my GPS is helping me whether is the train, where is the next train, how much a delay it is, or how much time it is, how much wait I have to do. So this is something comes as an automation. So these all things our brain is doing within a few minutes, or I would say fraction of seconds. So fast our brain start. But when it comes to the AI definitely uses so many neural networks to do these calculations. This is not happening through one particular area. AI uses different neural networks to do the calculation. But however, our human has only one brain who is giving all this information and doing all these tasks in a one single moment. Right? So, but what decides when to ask, whom to trust, and whether the stress is a worth or not? There comes our emotional intelligence. This is the takeaway from this. Now let's try to dive in a little bit about the authentic intelligence, right? Now, when we say authentic intelligence, how it is authentic, what is making the differentiating factor? Reading the chaos. Do I need to help the stranger? If somebody is really hanging, if I wanted to help this guy and I'm already onboarded in, maybe I can just provide a hand and say that, okay, come up, buddy, I will help you. Moral choices within is it a risk worth taking or not? These are something it's trying to bring as a human. So authentic intelligence, it is nothing but it's the capacity to know your emotions at that particular moment, act with the purpose, connect across the differences, and read the context and nuance. This all things our human brain is doing in a real time. So knowing your emotions, acting with the purpose, connecting between the differences, and reading the context. This AI will not do. You will have to continuously refine your prompts to give that context. Now, if we recall the initial prompting, give me resignation email. We felt it's very cold. We don't know what has happened. What was the trigger? In fact, the case which Priya has done, we don't know what is happening at Priya's end. Why she is so silent for so many days. So that context is very much important. And unless and until we provide that context to artificial intelligence, it will not help me to provide the right response. Right? However, when it comes to the human intelligence, what is happening? We as a human being, we have that power of emotional intelligence, and because of that, we are able to do in that particular moment. Right? So authentic intelligence is a human intelligence in action, which is making wise human decisions. Those are and helping us to make those decisions which really matters most. I'm just trying to be cautious of time. Ranjit, can you please help me whether we are on time?
Yeah, I think we have another 30 minutes and then 15 minutes for last Q&A. So
okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So Just a quickly comparison between the authentic human intelligence and artificial intelligence. So authentic intelligence, what we see, what we feel, and what we decide, what we create. So these everything we are doing as a human being in few fraction of seconds. However, to do all these things, human intelligence required. For C, it requires convolutional network. For processing, it requires recurring neural network or graphical neural network. I'm not expecting to remember all these technology terms, but internally behind the scene, when artificial intelligence giving us a response, what different areas it is visiting, how many different neural networks are working just to give us that response. Still context is missing. Still we feel that it is not resonating. It don't have that differentiating factor which really makes that connect successful, right? It suggests. So the moment we give prompt, transformer something is helping us to get that response by taking from all the data sources. And it also sees that, oh, my bad. It also sees that whether it's a responsible response or not, right? But for all those things, if you look at the right hand side of this particular things, artificial intelligence requires so much of processing. But in human, it really with experience, with feelings, because we sense it, right? We have that sentience factor in us. For example, if my daughter feels that, okay, if I will not do homework, my mother is going to scold me. This is a perfect example, right? So I know that if my daughter know that, okay, she will not do homework, mother will scold her. So that is something is an emotion. But after scolding, she will also equally, after some time, she will equally love me. This is a feeling. But if multiple times this happens, she's gonna definitely scold me. So it becomes a pattern, right? So AI will definitely help you to understand that pattern. Okay, these 2-3 things will not happen. It is a pattern. But what is going to happen in that particular moment? If mama is scolding, what should exactly I should do? Should I say sorry and give her a hug so that she will feel better? This is something is the human intelligence. It could be your speed intelligence working on that matter. But the moment she will hug me, probably it will help me to reduce my anger. And probably my tone will change and I will just explain her, don't do this. This is not really good. But my husband is also joining me for the conversation, and collectively we are telling her what is the importance of doing homework on time. Why should be so much of discipline? So this is the collective intelligence we are trying to bring. So these all are some of the examples where human authentic intelligence plays a very vital role. So as a coach, what we can take from this, AI can definitely tell us while traveling which is the fastest route. But only authentic intelligence can tell you whether it's a word taking or not. One of our, someone just experienced that. Okay, he knows that it is really worth. He has experienced that Mumbai train local experience. So sometimes it is not worth. So post experience, he knows that at such time I don't want to travel into local because it's not worth to take that risk. Will not able to digest that. So AI definitely will help us by understanding the patterns and everything, whether what data says. But our human factor or human intelligence will tell whether it's a worth taking that option or not, and who you become in during this process. So again, just to summarize, authentic intelligence, which is very uniquely in human, is like knowing emotions, acting with purpose, connecting across the difference, and reading the context. So what happens in contrast in AI can mimic empathy, but it cannot make that feeling or consciousness. Right? So again, the way it is like simulation doesn't mean it is a personal experience. Now, let's move on and try to understand and deep dive more about the emotional intelligence, where Goleman EI's framework we will try to understand. There are 5 competencies which AI cannot replicate and why that matter. Okay. Now, I just quickly want all of you to look at these 5 components which Goleman's emotional intelligence framework says, and help me to share your thoughts. Out of these 5 components, which component, according to your experience, is not replaceable with AI?
Self-regulation.
Self-awareness.
Self-awareness. Okay.
Self-regulation.
Okay. Any different thoughts?
I would say empathy.
Interesting.
I think all of them, unless and until we are giving the clear picture to AI, it will not understand exactly what we feel.
Okay. So even if we will give what we feel, do you think that AI will help us? Again, it is just a conversational question. That do you feel that, okay, that feeling will happen when we will give all emotions to AI also? Empathy will able to sense it?
No.
No.
I do wonder why is empathy in red?
Actually, Suvarna, like I have like tried to chat with different AI chatbots, okay, to see if they really give me the right answer about my emotions. So sometimes I will not say like every time they have not been able to show empathy. Uh, so it depends how we are asking, or like the other participant said, right? Like how we are prompting and sharing information. Based on that, it can provide the answers.
I mean, certainly, again, it has a different experience. And as you very rightly said that how we ask questions and with what intensity we are giving that context of the situation. For example, if I say that, okay, my daughter has missed really 3 times now homework. Now, how should I deal with situation? If this kind of a question, if I will try to ask the AI will say, oh, calm down. It's okay. Kids are like this. You should be patient. But the motherly instinct in me, immediately what it will do, you keep it aside, let me handle in my way. Okay, so that's a very natural instinct comes to us, right? So again, it's obviously there are lots of factors are there that how am I aware about at that particular moment, how mature I am, how I'm being emotions. Oh, I'm feeling at this moment very angry, so let me start doing my mindfulness techniques. Let me start breathe out, and then let me have a conversation. So this requires a very high level of awareness, emotional awareness, and then after that I can have a conversation. But natural instinct, it what happens that we immediately get angry. Why you have not done this? What is that holding you back? Right? So in this way, what I'm trying to convey, like there are certain factors which are certainly not possible to replace with AI. But then is it means that we should not use AI? So in this particular, what we wanted to is like, which is that skill, which is really not possible. Now, everyone will have a different perspectives to understand that empathy is not possible, or it may be possible that if I'm very much aware or self-aware about my emotions, then it's okay. I mean, I don't need AI. If I'm very self-evolved and I'm very much aware about this emotions. So as a coach, when we are having coaching conversation, empathy is something which everyone will be able to connect with this fact that even if your coachee is coming with AI insight. Now, for example, just imagine you are entering into the coaching conversation and your coach is saying, I know that, okay, I'm facing these kind of challenges, and I know your ADKAR framework, I know your GROW framework, I have already asked this AI and I have come up with coaching insights. Now, you tell me what is differentiating factor as a coach you are trying to bring in. Just imagine this kind of a scenario. How will you deal with? Do you think that as a coach we are replaceable, or we can provide some different perspective to that?
I think we can notice the frustration of the client that all this is not working, and we can ask the client to take a little pause and how is it making the client feel and how would he like to feel. So, there is a lot of subtle observations, verbal and non-verbal, which we can pick up as coaches.
Yes, thank you so much. And this is something is like we are coming to our next point, and thank you for taking me that step ahead. Yeah. So as a coach, we definitely require to notice the emotions, non-verbal cues. That is one of the, again, a very important competencies, also telling us that understand those silent, unsaid words, non-verbal cues as a coach, we definitely practice that. So even if your AI is coming, or your even coachee is coming with the client's observations, which AI is coming with, but still we have an opportunity and potential to unpack those unsaid emotions, right? So key insight from this is that process of emotional awareness matters as much as equal to the your analytical results. Now, before, how can we have those? I will definitely help you with some of the tips and tools which I have studied. And in fact, I'm trying to bring it into the practice also, because in my coaching conversations or in my current experience, I do observe that people already asking so much data to AI, and they're coming to me saying that, okay, they already AI has provided me these insights. So tell me what differently insights you are going to provide. So based on this, I did some of the experimentation. Will share with you. But prior to that, now we will have a quick activity. Okay, we have two different coaches coming to us to visit. Okay, you are one coachee who is really very much like fearful about the AI, who feels that this AI is going to take his or her job. However, you have one more second coachee who over relies on it. Okay, now you as a coach, how will you help the client who is fearful about the AI? How you help that client to see AI as a tool, not a threat to their value? However, the second scenario, where coachee is over relying, how will you help them or guide them back to their own judgment and intuitions? These are two different scenarios. Now, I'm going to take a pause over here and would like to invite your thoughts on this. We can, I don't know whether it is a possible, Ranjit, to do the breakout rooms. Just curious to know.
You can do breakout. Yeah, I think for
Okay,
5 minutes
fine.
breakout.
Yeah, 5 minutes breakout would be really beneficial. Even 2 breakouts is okay. Maybe group 1 can take this first scenario, like where a coach is really fearful about the AI. So help that coachee. And in second group, you can definitely discuss about your coach is over relying on AI.
I'll give three rooms so that everybody has some opportunity to speak.
Okay, let them take whoever has that.
Create.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm opening the rooms. Yeah, you would have got the prompts. So just please join. Hey, Rahul, Armugam, hello. You want to join, or I move you to some rooms?
Are we within a frame time?
Yeah, 5 minutes, right? So I think 5 to 6 minutes.
Okay, fine. We'll just try to wrap up. Another 10 minutes will require. We'll definitely reserve some 10 to 15.
Minutes
Yeah.
on reflection and Q&A.
There were few activities, but then I shortened it because just wanted to be conscious about the time.
This is perfect, actually. Time-wise, this is. And then would you be giving the closing note?
You go ahead.
Okay.
Outside with a lot of background noise.
That's fine.
That's Swarna, it's been going pretty well. I
Thank you,
really love
Kunal.
the way the whole program has been structured. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing your wisdom.
This is something I'm already experimenting in my current organization also.
Excellent. Yeah. So interestingly, for the same Priya's example, yeah. So while we know it can be prompted differently, so I have a different response. So I'll share it with you offline.
Yes, absolutely, sure. In fact, there are many funny examples also, which I have experimented. Lots of examples to be shared, but this is something is like we as a human, how we balance and ensure that our creativity and our own intelligence keeps intact.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it happens is like we are observing for everything, people without thinking, they just first of all go and ask.
Go and ask AI and blindly take it. Yeah.
They don't want to take efforts.
Yeah. And they don't even look at it, in the sense, just
Exactly, cut copy
take it
paste.
as it is. Yeah.
It's like a mind is a There's a good servant and a bad boss, right? It's the same thing. But if you make it your boss, then you are gone. If you make it as a good servant or your good partner, yes, it's a very powerful tool.
So it's all depend. We wanted to be servant of the ChatGPT, or ChatGPT want to our servant.
To be our servant. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That is a good takeaway.
Yeah, welcome
Good.
back.
Welcome all. Okay, which group wanted to share? Anyone who from a client, your client is fearing about the AI. Anyone would like to share?
Yeah, that's good. We did that, our group, and we had interesting conversations. It started with we need to understand and listen to what are the fears of the client. We did explore that in real life, some jobs have been lost, and we discuss that how we can be talking about rebuilding skills and first listen to the client. Is it serving the goals that person wants to be? Also, is there a fear of missing out what's happening around the client? And explore why, when everybody is picking on AI, or why do they still don't want to do it? Like getting more curious and supporting the client, see the fact where they want to be and how is it serving.
Interesting. Thank you, Dia. I think Manoranjan also would just raise interest. Yeah.
Yeah, 𝐀𝐻𝐿 was very interesting. He came with interesting examples also, because technology evolves. So no need of fear of any technology. It's just a tool, new tool. Maybe we human beings are lazy to adapt, or adaptability issue, or maybe our tendency of a habitual mind we have, right? We are habitual of things. We don't want to change our daily routine due to various factors. Of course, our human life is very difficult in metro cities. So nobody has time to look into that AI. What is AI came later on, and now everybody is chasing AI because of everybody is talking in the training because of our jobs, or we need that tool.
Okay.
That is this current time requirement. And what we discussed, that nothing to fear, just like a software journey, right? You would have faced so many issues in initial releases. We face a lot of issues, right? A lot of bugs. Similar way, AI will not give exact information currently. It will take maybe 5 years. For some companies, maybe it will take 10 years to make better softwares. Even we struggle a lot in initial very small issues while developing some software product. So some of I work in a product company. Name is very big, but it was very nasty software. Nobody was going for them. Later on, those products, some eloped, some vanished, some are doing best business. Similar way in AI also, nothing to fear. So I guess new people in the team will be convinced by our experience. We can give them example.
Thank you. Anybody else wanted to share?
Yeah, this is Nitin. Sorry,
Yeah,
I got dropped off by the time rooms formed. But let's say if we connect with corporate world, so we see both who fear from AI and over reliance. People are still there who still say no, AI means it's just a fad. That is one side of the story. And there are other side of the story which is like over enthusiastic people. Anything and everything can be resolved by AI. So I see it's always a balance, and not only with AI. Anything new comes up, we really need to set a balance and put proper guardrail and define the boundaries.
Wow. Thank you. Great thought, Nitin. It seems like you already read my next conversation, sir, which is like, I thought, okay, I will share some secret recipe. It seems like you already know that recipe. Great, but glad to hear. Thank you so much.
Sure, thank you.
Okay.
Just one thing to add, how to coach client who fears AI. Maybe two questions from myself to share. How does it feel to hold a cell phone in your hand? And was it difficult since last 10 years to hold the cell phone in your hand thinking, is it going to make things automatic for you? So I think every evolution has came with these questions. The same question with AI will solve the problem, I believe.
Thank you. Thank you. Great. So being conscious of the time, just wanted to quickly, so there are some 3 tips, or I would say 3 tools, which we as a coaches can be really conscious and cognizant while teaching. One thing I would first is like emotional check-in protocol. Now, when I say emotional protocol, maybe these are some of the 3 questions which really help you to understand that what is exactly that moment. The mention, even Ketan mentioned or Nitin mentioned that what is that, even Divya, you shared very good point, that empathy map you did, right? What client feel, what client see, what kind believe. So this is something is like you did all that empathy and try to understand what is the emotion at that particular moment. Then, so what are you feeling right now will help you to unpack and know that emotions. What is that feeling asking you to notice from where this trigger is coming? What is exactly happening? Is it you are feeling anxious? Okay, where this anxiety is coming? What is happening exactly? And we in coaching sessions and everyone we try to understand that what is happening inside you. Is it something coming from your core values? Okay, and how does it affect your next choices? Is it something holding you back? What are those fears coming in your mind? So it is, first of all, we are trying to understand emotions. We are trying to label that emotions and then emotions connecting to actions. So this will help us to do that. Emotional check-in protocol will help us to do. The next action we can do it, like which Nitin mentioned very clearly, that we cannot run away from the changing dynamics of this AI. Okay, but how can we bring that AI plus human balance? So it's a very clear that it may not require, I mean, not every moment coaching will require, but there are certain things where definitely coaching will require, right? So how can we identify those situations? If it is too analytical, so this balance map will help you to understand that where human can lead and where AI can lead, right? If it is analytical, let AI lead. Why we have to worry about so much patterns, data, and analysis? Let AI lead it and give me decisions. Then, as a human, I can bring my own experience, my own validations, whether I should go with it or I should refine it or recorrect it, right? That final decision, definitely we as a human can take it. When it comes to the human plus emotion, obviously we as a human has to lead it. So it has to be a right balance of AI plus human. So me, as a coach, we can definitely, while doing coaching, we can understand that where this decision exactly falling. If it is a falling towards analytical, let AI do it. If it is a falling towards the emotional, let human take a lead over that. So we can ask. So this is something, this human balance AI will help us that where exactly we have to intervene. And last but not less, the third important thing is those coachable moment indicators. So when I say coachable moment indicators, these will help us to understand that these 3 questions will able to understand, is this a task emotional or analytical? And that will help us to understand how exactly. Does this a human judgment? If it is requires exploring value, ethics, intuition, then certainly where human has to understand it. We as a coach definitely can more evolve and unpack the who part of that coaching, right? And that is something is like any, our ICF competencies are also telling us that understand the who part of the client, and there from there client itself takes it ahead. Okay? And then the third very important is AI accelerating or distracting growth. Understand that how it is impacting. And then based on that, you take where AI has to take a role in development or is it human has to take. Right? So from here, how can we take a decision guide? If it is a human plus emotional plus human judgment, then that movement is something is like deep coaching movement. We have to unpack who part, what is the strengths of that particular coachee. If AI is distracting, bring that a refocus to human growth. And if it is a AI plus analytical, then let AI take care of that. So in this way, we can also take care of those coachable moments. Now, with that note, I'm just coming towards the end of this particular. Now, I would really be curious and interesting to know, as an experienced coach, as an experienced leaders in your respective organization, what is the one thing as a coach you will start doing differently related to this AI plus AI? Now, tomorrow, Monday morning, when you will enter, and you have to definitely face the coaches or all your subordinates or whoever is your teammates. As a leader, also you unconsciously or consciously definitely coaches people, right? So, what is the one thing you will do differently? How will you try to use this emotional intelligence and AI balance?
I'll give one example here, Sona. And I think this is relevant at this time. See, what happens nowadays, lot of virtual stuff happening, right? So there are situations where, let's say, recently it happened with me that one day before, next day morning was call, right? And in that one person was supposed to join. So day before evening, he said that his mother is not well and he needed to visit hospital. Now he's back home and all good. Okay. So then I asked and checked, do you think we should have rescheduled tomorrow morning call? And he said, no, now mother is back home, so all good. Let's continue. Okay. And tomorrow morning when call happened, he is not there in the call.
Oh, okay.
Right. And I was like, come on. Inside, I was feeling really angry. I tell you that yesterday morning only I asked, and that tomorrow morning call was, I will not say high stake, but yes, stakeholders were really senior people. So I was just going to call him, and then I hold my temptation. I said, no, let me drive it, and then after the call, I will call and check. Okay. And when that call got over, immediately there was another call. And in that call, we got to know that his mother expired.
Oh.
Okay. So the point is, why I'm telling this example is sometimes we become so judgmental that, come on, how come this high stake call, he's not joining? Let me call him, right? I was like getting goosebumps that at that time, if I would have called him and asked that this call is going on, I would have been looking like, so pathetic guy in front of his eyes, right? So what I would say, whenever we see any situation, and I think not only in corporate and even in life also, we really need to take a deep breath at that time and think that, do I really need to react now or can I postpone it?
Very interesting. That's a very lovely insights. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thanks, Sona.
And there itself comes as like our authentic human intelligence, right?
Agree. Yeah.
Thank you.
Agree. Yeah.
Great. Anybody else would like to share? Quick. Divya. Rahul.
I think what Nitin mentioned about the pause, I think that actually makes us so human, to take a pause and check with ourselves and what's needed in this moment.
True that. True. So thank you. So to conclude this particular experience over here, so in the age of AI, of artificial intelligence, our authentic intelligence is our greatest asset. And Nitin, Divya, you shared that, okay, that pause moment is very important. And I know that I have read it, and many of you already know that one of the very important conversation Gaur Gopal said, what is happened between your stimulus and reaction? There is a gap. And in that gap, there lies that what decision you take. That pausing moment is very, very important for all of us. And this is nothing but which bring us as a differentiating human factor. And that is nothing but our authentic human. So we have a great asset of authentic empathy, human judgment. We can feel, we can think, and we can connect. And that's where we are uniquely different in the era of AI. So thank you once again, everyone, and thank you to Chennai chapter for giving this opportunity to sharing this experience. Over to you, Ranjit.
Thank you, Suvarna, and I request everybody to stay back for a few more minutes. One is just I've put a survey link. Please fill in the survey and let's take a group photo as well. Suvarna, if you could just close your presentation, then yeah. And thank you, Suvarna. Very insightful, very very relevant to the age that we are all living, consciously, unconsciously, whether you like it or not. AI is in your life. AI might take over your life before we really know. So let's use our collective human intelligence to make sure that yes, we are one step ahead of AI at any stage. AI will evolve, human has to evolve further to it, right? Okay, with that, can I request everybody to come on video for like minute? Please, those who are not on video, if I can request just for 30 seconds, if you could just open your video. Thank you. And I would request everybody to just unmute, and if you have a feedback, if you have like anything to share, your insights, your learnings, please free field. Like next 10 minutes it's up for the feedback and reflection.
It was an awesome session, Suvarna. Thank you. Really a very good reminder, very apt for the time and era we are living into.
Thank
So
you.
once again,
And
thank
thank
you.
you for sharing that experience. It really makes us really authentic that yes, this really works.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Very insightful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the interesting session.
Thank you,
It
Buna.
was quite engaging. Thank you.
It was very
So-
human-centered, very different from normal sessions, which are data-oriented or AI-oriented.
Yeah, mind blowing. Best presentation also. Your
Thank
slides,
you.
slides
Thank
are
you.
awesome.
Thank you.
It was an authentically awesome session to generate the intelligence for the upcoming future for us.
Thank you, Ketan.
Great session, Suvarna.
Thank you, Adi.
A lot of new things I came to know about emotional intelligence and new terms that you have used in this presentation. It was really good. So looking forward for more such sessions in the future.
Oh, thank you so much for this encouragement, Ari.
Thank you.
Thank you, Katrina.
And thank you. I know a few people have started to drop off. Thank you, Suvarna. Thank you. It was
Thank you
really
once again for this opportunity, Ranjit. And looking forward to contribute furthermore with Chennai chapter.
and we will be having sessions in February on learning and development, and I invite everybody to start attending. We have this coachability every 2 months, and every month we have a learning and development session, which will be more focused on competency. This is more focused on more experiential, reflecting as a group, right? Collective, as you said, collective human intelligence is what we would experiment in these sessions. Aruna, you would like to maybe give a next trailer?
So with collective intelligence, we are coming to a quality intelligence.
So as Ranjit said, we have these L&D sessions every month, and we try to get all the experts in their fields. So this month is on Feb 11th, and then that is about the mindsets from where we are operating from. The resource person is an author on the same subject, on the mindsets, like are we operating from victim or a leader position and all. It's going to be a very engaging, because he is also a coach. He is one of the pioneers, I understand from Kannan and all, that he and after meeting him, he was the one who introduced coaching in Cognizant, and someone who has seen both operations coaching and then the leadership entire ecosystem. So it's going to be very engaging. Do join us. We'll be starting advertising for that, or putting the posters from tomorrow onwards. We don't want to create confusion between L&D and coachability. So now that this month's coachability is done, we'll be putting it out in the social media handles. Do join us. And in case you
Aruna,
missed it or you want to watch this again, what I want to say is we have these videos again. We post it immediately. Like what happened now, Suvarna's session will be posted within 10 days. So you can always watch it on our YouTube channel again if you want to catch up again. And the past coachability sessions and past L&D sessions, everything is there.
All are there in YouTube channel for Chennai chapter. Yes.
Yeah, Suvarna, sorry, you were saying something.
No. So I was saying like it is a really great platform for sharing, because see what happens is like experience. Everyone has their unique experience and unique wisdom nuggets, right? But getting that platform to present and share, again, it's not as a SME, but as a practicing. What works for me, probably it works for you, and vice versa is equally true. So getting and creating such a platform is again a very great initiative, and I'm really proud that Chennai chapter is doing and I'm part of that chapter. Great. Thank you so much.
And thank you all. Kudos to
Oh.
Ranjit for handling this admirably despite his day job.
Yeah. Any last, Rahul, you want to say something? You're on camera. I was looking for you. No, I think if nobody has to share anything else, we would consider this as ending of this
Thank you.
session. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time and have a good weekend ahead.